Hello my beautiful friends, welcome to another video. My name is Christina, and in this video I would like to talk to you guys about what it means to be a sensitive being. And if you clicked on this video, then I know that a part of you already knows that you are more sensitive than usual, and I want to explain to you what that means and how you can use it to your advantage, how you can use the sensitivity as a beautiful gift that it is, because it was given to you for a reason. And I want to help you by giving you some tips and tricks of what I learned in my own life that has made my life so much easier. So it's been a long process, a long journey for me to get to where I am today. I am 30 years old, and for about 15 years already I have went through many uncomfortable situations, and for the past 15 years I've learned how to take care of myself on a deeper and more meaningful way. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing it with your friends and loved ones as well. My name is Christina again, and I help healers heal themselves. Now, for the first 15 years of my life, I grew up in Moldova, and if you guys don't know where that is, it's a small country next to it's in Europe, and it's next to Ukraine and Romania. It's right in between those two countries. It's very tiny, and pretty much I grew up in the forest, in nature, and I grew up in a pretty chaotic family. So pretty much what that meant for me was that my sensitivity was really heightened even more, because when you grow up in an unpredictable environment, that's when most people really develop the skill of sensitivity. Now, Elaine Aaron, who's a psychiatrist, I believe, and she wrote a book, The Highly Sensitive Person, and she talks about that it's actually a genetic code, that she did research upon research on this topic because she's a sensitive person as well. And growing up, she thought that there was something wrong with her and that she was, weird, or people would call her names, or they would tell her that she's too sensitive. And she really thought there was something wrong with her. And I know that a lot of us feel that way. A lot of us feel that our sensitivity can be a curse in this big chaotic world, especially if you live in the city, or if you are working in an usual environment where you have to go to a place or you have to be around people, and especially if you're living in a busy city, like overly populated. So pretty much when I came to America when I was 15 years old, I really understood that there was something going on with me that wasn't the same as everybody else. Like growing up, I knew there was something different, but I didn't know exactly what it is. And coming to America, it really heightened my sensitivity, because over there I had nature. I was a lot of the times being by myself and spending it with animals and such. And here it was completely different. I was thrown in a different environment, and my system was in shock. So I had to learn really quickly what it means to be a sensitive being, how to take better care of myself, how to respect my own being, how to lovingly care for myself. So that's what this video will be about. So going back to Miss Aaron, Dr. Aaron, who wrote the book about extremely sensitive people, and she talks about that it's a trait. It's actually a genetic trait that 20% of people have, and it's the same in women and men. So if you have it, don't think it's just something that it's a curse, or it can be a gift if you know how to use it well, right? So just like if you're an artist and you know how to paint and draw, some people may think that it's not a great talent, but if you can start using it for your own good, and if you can apply it in the way that it can bring you money, then literally sensitivity can be like that as well. So first of all, I want to touch upon what it means to be sensitive, because some people may call this type of trait extremely sensitive or highly sensitive person. And there's a lot of information on that on the web about it. There's books, you can take a test on Elaine Aaron's website, The Highly Sensitive Person, to find out more information. If you kind of think you are, but you don't know for sure, take her quiz, and I can put that link in the description below as well. So when you are extremely sensitive, some people may call you empathic, or you're an empath, or you are intuitive, or you're psychic, or it depends on each, description. And so, but Elaine Aaron says that extremely sensitive or a highly sensitive person is actually different from empathic or being an empath. So I don't know about you, but I feel I am both. So like intuitive and empathic, and I can feel other people's emotions and really connect with people on a big way. Like if I walk into a room, I'll know how everybody's feeling, and I'll be able to kind of know what I can do to make the situation better. If my boyfriend's sad, I kind of know that in advance. If my dog is sick, then I really feel bad for him, So I can feel other people's emotions really well in my body. Then you're really distraught by loud noises or bright lights, or a lot of people. You can't really be in crowds too much. Food, alcohol, caffeine, weed, you name it, everything will affect you on a higher scale. Like medications, I can only take a very small amount of medications, and like pain medications, they really affect me on a big level. So I know that a lot of sensitive people are the same way, and you can relate with me on this. So pretty much is you are extra sensitive to the environment you're in, and that means anything outside of us, right? And also you have a very rich world inside of yourself. You have a lot of emotion, thoughts, and you feel things on a bigger scale. So this can really be a gift, right? If you know how to use it, and if you can help other people to really understand themselves, because you're very aware. Like I am extremely aware of my environment and of myself, and I keep thinking about the same things over and over again until I understand what's going on. I self-analyze myself, psychoanalyze. So it's really a beautiful thing, and I want to show you how you can really, by tweaking in some things in your life, you can really change yourself and your life as well. And you can use it for really amazing, beautiful things. Because if you are watching this video, I know that there's a part of you that really wants to use the sensitivity to help the world, to really impact the world in a big and powerful way. And we are at the time in this world and on earth that we need you to step up and to bring your gifts and talents to the table and follow in the footsteps of the great men and women that have done this before us. We need people like you and me to really change the world, to become a better place, especially in today's world where there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of suffering, there's a lot of depression. A lot of people are really struggling out there. So if you can use the sensitivity, the gift that you have, to help humanity to heal more. But first you have to heal yourself. You have to learn how to self-regulate, how to really change your environment, and to become well at home in your own self. Because if you don't feel at home in your own self, if you feel conflicted a lot, frustrated, sad, depressed, you may be absorbing the energy of the environment you're in. Or the second reason you might be feeling this way is because you don't have good hygiene, emotional hygiene, to literally remove to clean yourself of negativities, or to really self-care, to do really, really good self-care and downtime. If you're a sensitive person, you need daily downtime to be by yourself. I don't know if you noticed, but when you're around other people, even if you love them to the most, like literally they're your bread or salt or something, you love that person more than anything in the world, but you cannot spend all day with that person or with other people. You have to find time for yourself to take care of yourself. So the first one, of course, how can we help ourselves? How can we, by doing things in our lives, by changing our environment, how can we change our lives to feel better? So the number one is by changing your environment. So growing up, I grew up, as I said, it was a beautiful country, beautiful place, nature and everything, but in our house and in our home, there was a lot of chaos, a lot of screaming, yelling, arguments, things like that. So this really affected me on a big way. Some people, maybe if they're in chaotic situations, it doesn't, but for me, it really affected me and my mental health as well. So it took me a really, really long time to understand this about myself. Honestly, I wish I knew about this before, because it was when I was 25, I actually moved out of my parents' home. And also because it was more than just, culturally speaking, we're growing up to believe that we have to live with our parents and such. So if you're at that point where you think that you are sensitive and you see that the people in your life really are bringing you down, bringing your vibration down, really they're making your life harder than it has to be, then I recommend moving out of that environment and really tweaking it, really making that home refuge from the world, because you need that. You need to come home and feel at peace. Like, I love my home. I make my home the best that I can make it. Like, I have candles and crystals and like nice, beautiful blankets for me. And just like, I want to make my environment as happy, as comfortable as possible, so that when I come home from a day of work or being in a grocery store full of people, full of energies and everything, then I want to feel at peace. I want to regenerate my energy and I want to feel good, So like, you don't want to come home and be in a chaotic environment again, and that's why you're feeling stressed out, stressful, overwhelmed, and I want you to feel good. So if you can learn to really change your environment, and possibly, sometimes there's not much you can do, but there's always something, at least one thing you can do to change that. Also, by moving maybe away from the city, that for me, oh my goodness, that changed my life. You have no idea. Like, I live in an apartment. So we live in San Diego right now, and we lived in the, like, not downtown, but, pretty close to downtown. And it was a big apartment building, and there was a lot of people and a lot of noises, and just, I didn't feel good living there. It was just a lot of commotion. And now we moved in like a beautiful place where there's a lot of nature, there's a lot of empty space, and I really feel better. Like, honest, like, I can't explain it to you, but you know how when you're in nature you feel better. You feel that your body is literally on a cellular level, feels calm, feels at peace. You don't have to try hard to change who you are. You can just come in nature more. You can literally come like this in a park, like I am right now, every day or a few times a week, and you will see how just by connecting with the earth, smelling the fresh air, hearing the birds are very loud right now. They're trying to say something, I guess. And by connecting with nature, you will start to feel better as well. Now, number 3, you can change your life and feel better is by really taking care of your diet and decreasing or eliminating anything that makes you feel bad. So like for every person it's a little bit different, and every person, maybe there's really sensitive people, there's a little bit less sensitive people, right? So let's say that for me, I can't really tolerate alcohol, weed, I can't caffeine doesn't really do well with me. I can drink tea but not coffee, and just junk food sometimes really upsets my stomach. So I have to really take care of myself and really adjust my diet, adjust my life in according to how I feel. So I want to ask you, what can you do to adjust your environment and your life, and be careful of who you spend your most time with? If you're around people who are drama queens, who are always finding something to be ungrateful for, or they're always in a place of just chaos, and you will feel that on a whole new level. Like, it's just bound to happen. It will affect you, even if you think you're taking great care of yourself. But I want to remind you that there's only so much you can do, especially if you live in that type of environment. So I want to encourage you to find a way to get out of it. Find a way to move to a more peaceful place, to connect with nature. Get a dog, get a cat. They are such wonderful companions, and they really help us sensitive people. There's so many birds around me right now. It's crazy. I hope that it won't be too loud in the video. But I hope that this video is helpful, and I hope that you can really start to understand a little bit more about yourself. Because I really thought that I was sensitive for many years, but I didn't really look into it. I didn't know how to take care of myself better. I didn't know that sleep is so important for me, that like taking care of myself, eating well, not starving myself. Like, some people really can do intermittent fasting, but I can't really do that too much. I can do it maybe for 12 hours or so, but maybe 14 hours, but not longer than that. So I really had to learn what works for me. And I want to encourage you to find out what works for you, because there's many books out there, there's many resources out there that will teach you, that will tell you, hey, this is what you should do as a sensitive person, this is what you should do. But you really have to connect with your own inner guidance and your own inner truth. And your body, literally your body will tell you, hey, stop doing this, stop going to the club 5 times a week or even once a week. For me, I can't do that. So I'm really happy that I grew up in an environment that was kind of sheltered, and really just probably was good for me, Also, one thing I do have to say, one more thing, is that be careful what you watch. So one thing, highly sensitive people, they cannot really handle violence. And I used to force myself to watch movies with friends that were really not something I wanted to watch, violence, and it had a lot of things that I'm not comfortable with. But I kind of stopped doing that. So I'm very, very happy that I stopped, because I have to just only intake what I can intake, right? Because if I start feeling even sometimes listening to spiritual teachers, believe it or not, I don't have the tolerance to listen to things that are negative too much. So if you're gonna talk about anything that makes me feel I can't watch it, then I just stop it. I don't care if you're the president of the United States. So I don't watch news. I don't watch any TV almost. I watch one episode of a show that I like, maybe during the day. So I want to encourage you to really pay attention what you put into your body and into your being, from the music you listen to, the type of water you drink, the TV shows you watch, or just, you know, any fear-based media, because that will affect you. If you're feeling depressed, confused, anxious, then start paying attention to what you're watching and what you're eating, because if you're eating junk food all the time, most likely that will affect you on a big level. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And if you are a very sensitive person, I want to just give you a perspective of how your life can be really amazing and beautiful if you take these changes that I talked about into perspective, and if you actually apply them to your life. If you learn how to take care of yourself, if you learn how to tune in every single day, and if you have a lot of questions, if you feel that you don't know where to start, if you don't know and you want to hear more, you want to really investigate more, read The Highly Sensitive Person by Elaine Aaron. Then there's a documentary on Amazon called The Sensitive, I believe, and it's also by her. It's actually with a team of people, and it's a beautiful documentary, so I encourage you to watch it. Then there's Dr. Arloff, MD, I forgot her first name, but she also has a lot of books on empathy and empath, what it means to be an empath, a sensitive person, and how to take care of yourself in this huge world, and how to really help yourself. And also, if you feel that you need extra help, you feel kind of lost, you don't know where to start, where to begin with, I am now offering one-on-one personalized intuitive counseling via my website at christinayurko.com. You can find the link down below in the description, where I can help you really understand yourself on a bigger level and get deep down in the subconscious and overcome any obstacle that you may be facing right now in your life. And again, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, and I hope to see you in the next video. I send you much peace, much love, much happiness to be with you at all times. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel comfortable in your own skin and in your own life. And you deserve to have all that you desire, all that you desire. And this sensitivity can really help you get there. The sensitivity is a beautiful gift that was given to you by God, and it can really help you to just live life like in a beautiful, meaningful, wonderful way. If you guys have any questions about the topics I talk about, or if you have new suggestions about new topics, then please comment in the link below, and I hope to see you in the next video. I thank you so much. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye bye. Namaste.